It all comes down to Sunday, the 31st of December. It is the last day of the NFL season, week 17. I've got the pick'ems here. First, I want to get into the playoff implications. So, first of all, in the AFC, the Patriots and the Steelers kind of fighting over who's going to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Where does the championship end if it's those two? Does it go to Pittsburgh or does it go to Foxborough? The idea is, if New England and Pittsburgh win, which I have it set up that that would be the case, that New England and Pittsburgh would win, the game would be in Foxborough. That's where the playoffs would go through if the Patriots were winning all the way through. Now, if the Steelers win and the Patriots lose, it goes through Pittsburgh. But it still happens to be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Patriots 1 and 2 in the AFC. Now, with the third and fourth picks, the Jaguars and Chiefs, it could be the Jaguars and Chiefs either which way, but they're both in the playoffs. So, that's the way it rolls down. You do have the Ravens in that 5th seed. It could be the Ravens in the 6th seed if the Titans beat Jacksonville, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we're going to have the Titans probably moving out of the 6th seed and the Chargers taking that spot and the 6th seed making the playoffs and kicking the Titans out of the playoffs. It all comes down to Jacksonville and Tennessee, folks. And in the NFC, we have the Eagles and the Vikings. Now, the Eagles have set up home field throughout the playoffs. If they win that second round match, they will host the NFC Championship game. Now, if they lose in the second round and the Vikings win, for the first time ever, we will have the NFC Championship game in the same place as the Super Bowl, folks, as it will be at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings still have to win this weekend. They are playing Chicago. They have to win in order to get that second round bye. And the Panthers playing Atlanta. Panthers are already in. They're in the playoffs already. Atlanta is not. Very big game for both teams. If the Panthers win, they still get into the playoffs. The New Orleans Saints are playing Tampa Bay, and they have a shot, as do the Rams, to get that home field advantage if the Vikings lose. So, if the Falcons are out of the playoffs, if they lose to the Panthers, who comes in? But the Seattle Seahawks, who could potentially knock out the Eagles. You could have the Vikings and Seahawks at U.S. Bank Stadium. That would be a pretty cool matchup. So let's go to the NFL Pick'em for Week 17. I give you guys first the Green Bay Packers as the winners. I have Houston winning their game, the Texans over the Colts. I have Minnesota winning and locking up that second seed in the playoffs against Chicago. I have New England beating the Jets, but I'll be cool if the Jets win. That's okay with me. I have Washington, the Redskins, defeating the Giants in a game again. It doesn't matter. But, for pride it does. Philadelphia, I have them beating Dallas in a game that really doesn't matter, except for maybe Philadelphia might want to keep their guys fresh. So maybe Dallas has a shot. Pittsburgh, I have them beating Cleveland, because who hasn't beat Cleveland this year? I have Carolina beating Atlanta. That means Atlanta is out if Seattle wins. Kansas City, I have them defeating Denver. I have Jacksonville defeating Tennessee, sending them home, and letting the LA Chargers come in and take over. I have the Rams defeating the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams will get the 3rd seed and play the Seahawks, if that's how it works out. Buffalo, I have them beating Miami. Buffalo is still in the hunt for the playoffs, but both the Chargers and Titans have to lose. So they will know their fate all at the same time. So if Buffalo wins and the Chargers and the Titans both lose, Buffalo is in as that 6th seed when they'll play against the Jaguars. Because the Jaguars would have beat Tennessee. Just saying. Alright. I have LA beating Oakland, but if Oakland wins, then hey, Buffalo's in. And I would be cool with Buffalo. New Orleans, I have them beating Tampa Bay. Kind of locking up that 4th seed. Unless the Rams surprisingly get beaten by San Francisco. I have Baltimore, the Ravens, 5th seed in the playoffs. I have them beating Cincinnati. And I have Seattle clinching the playoff berth and taking over the berth from the Falcons. I have Seattle beating Arizona. They're at home in Seattle. It's going to be one hell of a game, and it's going to be an amazing time. So, those are my playoff picks. I'm excited. The playoffs start. If they started today, it'd be the Ravens and the Chiefs and the Titans and the Jaguars, but that's not the way it's going to go. It's going to be the Chargers and the Jaguars and the Chiefs and the Ravens. They'll be facing off, so that's going to be an amazing wild card round. We're going to be looking at that next week. I'll be still coming back with my NFL picks, but I only have 4 games to pick, so we'll be talking about that a little bit more in depth. And with the NFC, I got the Seahawks and the Rams in an amazing game, and then I have the Panthers and the Saints. Now, the winner, the lowest ranked winner, would get the Eagles. That could be the Seahawks, or that could be the Panthers or the Saints. If the Rams win, they go to Minnesota. If the Saints and Panthers, whoever wins that game, goes to Philadelphia. The winner of that game, if Philadelphia is not the winner, the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl goes through Minnesota. First time that will ever happen. So, folks, I'm really excited about the playoffs coming up here. NFL picks. Now, one last thing I got to say about the NFL picks before I go, and this has been my record. Last week I was 13-3 with 134 points to the good for a total season of 156 wins, 84 losses, and only 2 or 3 of them by knockout, because I'm still 799 points to the good. I had one bad week that I remember where I had lost 40 points in the first Thursday game. But 799 points to the good, 156 to 84, and it's looking good. So I'm going to have a winning year. Hopefully you guys have a winning year. That would be awesome if everyone gets to. And we will see you guys very soon on the Scott Show podcast. I'm really excited, as you should be too, because, hey, it's the people's podcast. We make it happen here. And you can find us on the 102550 YouTube page, or, as always, you can find us at thescottshow.com. Check us out there. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you here real soon on thescottshow.com and the NFL picks. And we'll play some tunes to get you guys out of here.